So I'm going to share my screen and give you just an idea of what's going to be covered today. Let me find this video here. Let's see. So this is a little promotional video that I created using Canva to kind of highlight some of the things we're going to cover today. So I'm just going to play this for you guys real quick just so you can get a feel of what we're going to be covering today. So in that way, if you're like, I don't see anything that's interesting me, you can hop off. I don't want to be offended. But I think you'll like it. All right, so these are some of the things we're going to be talking about today. And they also have this as a handout for everybody that's on here as well. And so you'll be able to download it as a PDF and you'll be able to refer to this as well. And if you guys are nice, I might even show you how to create a little flip book like that too. So just never know, we'll see. But only if you guys are good. All right.
We'll be on our good behavior.
Awesome, awesome. All right, let me close this. Let us get started here. Too many slides up. All right, so today we're going to be talking about how to create marketing graphics using Canva, even if you struggle with technology. And I know there's a lot of people that I work with who struggle with technology, and I love showing them how, even if you struggle with technology, if it's not your friend, right? Canva makes things so easy for you if you just follow some basic things. And so that's going to be my goal today, is to really share some of those basic ideas with you. So a little bit about my background. I have over 27 years as an IT professional, software developer. I'm a certified presenter, trainer, and coach, certified with the John Maxwell team, as well as another organization as well. In 2019, I was District 40's Toastmaster of the Year, and I'm truly passionate about helping people win with technology. And as you can see from this little thing here, I created over 1,500 Canva designs. And this is back in June when I hit that milestone there. And I snapped that. So I've been using Canva for the last couple years. I used to use other graphics programs, but once I found Canva, I absolutely fell in love with it. The ease of use and the power that it gives you. And so that's really what we're going to be talking about today a little bit here. So before we talk about anything, before you start creating any type of graphics for your club that relates to Toastmasters, my #1 recommendation for you is going to be to download the brand manual, the Toastmasters brand manual, read it, and familiarize yourself with some of the guidelines. And I'll be honest with you, I am not perfect when it comes to these guidelines. I'm sure I break rules on a regular basis. Not intentionally, I do my best to follow them. But refer to that guideline because it's going to help you understand, okay, how do I use the Toastmasters logo? When can I use the Toastmasters logo? What font is recommended when talking about Toastmasters? And what are the colors? So that guide is really going to help you out. And when I put the link to the handout in the chat, you'll have access to that as well. It'll be a little clickable link here in the guide. Okay. And then also, since we're talking about Toastmasters here, Canva has a program for nonprofits where it's actually free for nonprofits. I know District 40 has a Canva account now. They applied for the nonprofits version and they were accepted, which leads me to believe that any Toastmasters club who wants it can go through the process, apply, and you should get accepted because we're all nonprofits. Okay. So that's a big win right there, whereas your club can start using this. I mean, Canva has a free version. However, with the nonprofit version, you get more of the premium features. Okay, that normally would cost you about 120 something bucks a year. I believe I pay $124 a year for my personal Canva license. Okay. And then also, as I'm going through this, once I get off the slides to get into Canva, if you have any questions, please stop me and ask your question, because I know that whenever we're talking about something like this with technology, normally if you have a question at that moment, it needs to get answered right now. Because it's kind of hard to go back and say, oh yeah, 20 minutes ago you were talking about ABC. Can you go back? Because I may not remember, or you may not remember exactly where I was at. So if you have a question as we're going through this, please, please, please interrupt me. I won't be offended.
I have a question real quick before we get too far in.
Oh,
Started right out the gate.
I know, right? Troublemaker.
Is each member of the Toastmasters Club able to create their own account, or should one master account be created for the club to use?
Oh, great question. Excellent question. So it's by preference. You can, depending on how you're planning to use Canva, you may want to create your own account, like especially if you're saying, hey, I'm going to create this to use for my social media posts that I'm going to do on my own personal. It's probably makes sense for you to create your own. That's kind of how I started. I created my own, but you can create one for your club that maybe uses like the public relations sign-on if you want to. And then Canva also has a way where you can add team members. And I'm not sure what the limit is, but you can actually add other people's email addresses where they can log in and they can do things in Canva as well. And you guys can share designs and collaborate that way. So it really just depends on the purpose of it. But most people, they go ahead and create a free Canva account just to get started with their own designs. Yeah, a great question, Lindsay. All right. And so some of the design ideas that we're going to talk about today are going to be things like creating awards for your club, or creating testimonials for your club, maybe social media tips, if you want to promote your officers, if you want to be able to create business cards or promote an open house. I'm going to show you different ways that Canva allows you to do that pretty easily. Okay. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what Canva is, and then we'll actually jump into Canva. So what is Canva? Canva is a graphics design platform used to create social media graphics, presentations, posters, flyers, really anything you can think of nowadays, you can almost create it in Canva, right? If you're looking to get shirts branded with your logo on them or something, you can do that with Canva. You're looking to have flyers or posters or infographics. You're looking to create videos, reels, you can do that all in Canva pretty easily. Canva has a free version. They have a pro version that's paid. It's roughly around 12, 14 bucks a month for that one. They also have a nonprofit, as I mentioned. They have an enterprise level, and they have a educational level. So if you're a teacher or something, you can get the educational level. So they have lots of options for people. All right. So let's jump into getting started. And like I said, you can create a free account with Canva. It's really easy to do. You just walk through the steps. They make it so easy for you to connect. As you can see here, you can sign up with your Google account, your Facebook account, or just with a generic email account. Very easy to set up. I won't be offended if you create one during this session here, while you're on, if you don't have an account. Okay, so you can definitely do that. And I am going to put a link in for the handout. You don't need the handout as we're going through this, but you're probably going to want to download it as a PDF so you have it for later use. So I'll put that in the chat for everybody. All right. And then I'm going to get out of the PowerPoint and we're going to jump into Canva here. All right. So this is what Canva looks like when you first log into Canva, and you can see there's lots of options on the screen. So whenever I'm working with somebody for the first time with Canva, the first thing that I normally recommend that they do is create what Canva calls a brand kit, or really establish your brand. So that's kind of where I'm going to start. Now, if you have the free version, I think you only get one brand kit. If you have the paid version like I have, you get unlimited brand kits. And so what a brand kit is, a brand kit consists of your logos, your fonts, your colors, just things that really make your brand, if you will. So I'm going to show you, I have a Toastmasters brand established here. So I'm going to kind of show you what that looks like. And so here for this Toastmasters brand, I have logos, I have pathways, icons here, and I have the brand colors all set up. So here's how you would create something like this. I would click on brand, then I would click on add new. And I'm going to say a brand kit. I'm just going to give it a name. So this is going to be I'm just going to say D40 Toastmasters. Okay, and click create. So getting started, I have a blank brand kit for D40 Toastmasters. The first thing here is to add your logo. So this is where you can add the Toastmasters logo. If you have your own business, you can add your business logo. Okay, so let's see. So if I go here, let me find my Toastmasters logo. All right. Okay, so you see when I add the Toastmasters logo, what Canva does is it automatically pulls the colors, the primary colors off of that logo, and it makes it part of my color palette. You see, so it did that for me. I don't have to think, okay, what is that color blue that Toastmasters uses? Well, Canva just pulled it out for me. And it does that with any image. And you can also have multiple logos and multiple brand colors in here. So as an example, I can pull a picture. So if I grab I'm just going to grab this picture right here as an example. If I pull this picture in, Canva is going to pull the colors off of this picture, as you can see here. Okay. I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to remove that. Okay. But that's to give you an idea. So that was the first thing, adding your logo, adding your brand colors. In addition to the colors that Canva pulls in for you, you can add additional colors to it. So even though it's not in my logo, maybe sometimes I use black in my design. So I can always click on the plus here, and I can either select the color black right here, or if I know the hex color, the hex code, that little 6-character code here, I can type that in. Okay. All right. So any questions about adding the logo or colors? You guys all good there?
Yep, that is really cool.
And then next to the right is where you can add your fonts. And so this is going to make it easy. So that way, when you're creating designs in Canva and you're using your brand, you can have it set for your desired fonts. You can always change the fonts, but it makes it easy if you already have your standard fonts. And this makes it even easier when you're collaborating with a team, because that way you can ensure that everyone on the team is using the same fonts, right? That consistent font. So that way you have that consistent look and feel, especially when you have multiple people doing designs for you. So what I would do here is I would click on add a heading style, and I'm going to select this one right here, Montserrat, or however you say it, as my font. Okay, so I'll pick the classic here, and the body, I'll just pick the regular. But you can pick any fonts that you prefer to use. And you can also upload fonts as well. So maybe, Canva has literally thousands of fonts, but maybe there's a specific font that maybe you paid for that you want to use. You can always upload that font directly into Canva as well. You just go right here and say upload a font. You pick that font and you can bring it in. And so this is really what makes up your brand. It's your logos, your colors, and your fonts. All right, so that's the first thing I normally recommend people do. The second thing, once you have your brand set up, the second thing, and this is more ongoing, that I recommend people do is start creating folders. Folders is kind of how you organize your designs in Canva. And when you get to a point where you're creating lots of designs, like I said, I've got thousands probably now. I probably have probably close to 2,000 designs now. Right, and so that can be a nightmare to keep track of. However, if you keep them organized in folders, it's going to make your life so much easier. And so here's kind of how you would do that. On the left-hand side, you click on projects. And you're going to see some of your recent work here. I'm going to click on folders. And so I can see all of my existing folders. But to add a new folder, I would click on this little plus over here to the right. So you see it gives me an option of adding a new folder or uploading something or importing something else, right? But we're talking about adding new folders. So I've already created a folder here called D40 Toastmasters. So I'm going to go to this folder here. And you can create nested folders, as you can see here, right? So I've got the main D40 Toastmasters, and now I've got one in here called social media, business cards, open house, and awards. So this is just something that I put together this week for this training here. But that gives you an idea of kind of how you can start organizing your folders, just to make it easy for you to find things later. Okay. All right, and so those are really the basics of getting started with using Canva. So let me pause and see if there's any questions so far. Pretty good. All right. So now let's talk about actually creating something. And there's different things you can create of. So this is where some audience participation here. What are some types of things you think you want to create for your club using Canva?
Flyers.
So flyers, Audrey said flyers. Okay, that's good.
Certificates and
Certificates, yeah. All right, so we got flyers.
Maybe like Facebook post. I don't know what that would be called. Some kind of social media kind
Okay.
of template.
Yeah, so if you're promoting your club, you can do like a social media type template. Okay, fantastic.
Open house invitation.
Yep, open house invitation. All right, fantastic. So let's do this then. Let's start with actually the flyer, because I like that idea, because I didn't actually create any flyers. So I'm going to create a folder for flyers here. So I'm going to say folder. And I'm just going to keep a collection of my flyers. Okay. So now I got a blank folder called flyers. So what I want to do next is click on create a design. And Canva gives me the option of searching for different things. So here I can search for flyer. And you can see it's going to give me lots of different flyers. And they're going to be different size flyers. So I have to know, okay, maybe I'm looking for like a traditional 8.5 by 11 flyer to print out, or other types of flyers, right? So I can go through the list and see the size. And you see right here to the right, you'll see the dimensions. So this is 8.5 by 11, 5 by 5 by 8.5. So you can kind of get a feel for the size flyer you're looking for. I'm just going to pick the standard 8.5 by 11. And so now it's created a blank design for me. But on the left-hand side here, I have access to templates. And you literally have thousands of templates available in Canva for each what they call a doc type. So this flyer, this 8.5 by 11 flyer is a doc type, is a certain doc type, right? And so for this doc type, there's already lots of pre-made flyers in here. And then I could just search for something. So if I search for, I'm just going to search for marketing and just see what comes up. So if I search for the word marketing, I can kind of get a feel for some of the different flyers in here. If I'm looking to create a flyer for my Toastmasters club, and I can see, okay, maybe I like this one here. Maybe I'm promoting a single speaker. You know, I can do one like this one here, or maybe even this one. Let's pick this one. So let's say I wanted to set up this flyer here. So I've already clicked on the design, and now I can see that I can easily make changes to the text, and I'll go through that. But you can also set this to work with your brand colors. So this is why it's important to set up your brand kit beforehand. Because now if I click on styles on the left, and I can see all of my different brand kits in here. I'm going to keep the Toastmasters one selected. Or I could pick the D40 Toastmasters one as well that I just created. So if I pick that, and now I click right here, I can kind of shuffle through my brand colors, and I can say, oh yeah, maybe I want to use this one here. All right, so just like that, I've already started the process of branding this to make it look like my style. Then I can click in the box and I can change the text. Let's see, join our open house. And I'm going to close that and make this a little bigger. So maybe this would be the club name. I'll just put. And of course, you can easily change these colors. So if I don't want this to be black here, I'll just click on it. I click right here on this A for text color. And now maybe I want to make this the Toastmasters burgundy instead. I can do that. Okay. And what about this picture here? This is a good picture, but maybe I want to use my own picture or someone else's picture. So in Canva, you also have access to lots of photos. So I can come here and I can search for, maybe I don't have a picture of my guest speaker, but I have a professional woman. Maybe my club is all about professionals, right? So if I search for, let's just search for professional and see what we get. Okay. So maybe I like her picture. I can easily put her picture right there. So it's as simple as that. You can go in, you can modify the text, right? I can add a link or add the address, the website for registering for my Toastmasters club or my club meeting. I can do all that right there. And since this is a flyer, which means I may print it out or email it to people, I might also want to add something like a QR code to it for my club website. So to do that in Canva, I will come over to the left-hand side, scroll down, and to where it says more. And here for the search, if I search for QR code, it's going to come up. And now it's asking me for a web address. So this is where I could, let's just take this address as an example. So if this was my club website's address. There we go. Then I would just paste that URL right here in Canva, click generate QR code. And now it makes a scannable QR code for me. So I could put that QR code here or somewhere on the flyer where people who have this flyer, they can scan the QR code and it's going to take them to my website, whatever website is connected to this QR code. Okay. So let's say you've gone through the process and you customize this the way you want it. Next, you have a few options, right? You can either print it out or you can download it as a PDF or download it as an image, your choice. So to do that, in the upper right-hand corner here, you click on share. And then we're gonna go to download. And I have different options. So the default for this one is a PNG. So I mean a solid image. This could be great for sharing on social media if I wanted to. If I'm gonna print it out, I might wanna pick one of these PDF options. I'm going to say the PDF print option and then click download. And so see, it just downloaded the flyer for us here. So we got a nice little flyer all ready to go. In a matter of minutes, really, that you can do something like this in Canva.
I am pretty giddy.
Say that again?
I am very giddy.
All right, so you're ready to go
Like,
create something now.
Very excited. This is really getting me giddy and excited. So
Yeah, so that's creating a flyer. All right. So what do y'all want to create next?
how about
Let's
a
look at
social
a,
media?
Okay, so social media. So there's a couple things you can do. So even this size right here, one cool thing about Canva is you can actually resize things too. If you have the paid version, or if you have like the nonprofit version as well, that premium version. So if I click on resize right here, and we mentioned social media. So let's say I want to do a, let's just say what if I want to do a story? So I'm going to say Instagram story. But maybe I also want to get a Instagram square as well. So I'm going to take these two and I'm going to copy and resize this design. Click copy, resize. Canva makes copies for me and it positions things as best it can. So once it positions them, if they're not right, I can always go and make changes. So this is my Instagram square here. already done for me, perfect size for Instagram. If I go over here, this is the story that was created for me, so it's already the perfect size. I can easily click on these, maybe move it up a little higher if I want to for my story. But it's as simple as that. So it's already ready to go just by resizing an existing design. So it saves you so much time just being able to do that. Okay. And let's say you were looking to maybe you wanted to create a GIF, maybe you wanted to make it an animated GIF or something to make it add a little more spice to it. So then what I can do is right here where it says animate, I can choose to animate all the elements on the page if I wanted to. So I can pick something that I like here. Let's see. So I'm going to pick rise. And then I can select individual things. So I'm going to select right here where it says join our open house. I'm going to click on effects. Actually, I'm going to do animation. Let's go back to animations first. And I'm just going to pick typewriter. Okay. And so I'm going to play this. And so this is what it would look like if I made this into a video or a GIF. Right. So this would you see a lot of people posting, they'll do stories and it'd be something like this, where you got that little subtle animation. That's kind of how they do it relatively quickly using a tool like Canva. Okay. All right, so I'm going to close these and we'll go back and create something else from scratch here. Let's go back. All right, so we just created a flyer. And what else let's see, what else was certificate? I heard certificate mentioned. Let's do certificate next. Okay, so we're going to go. So here from the main Canva homepage, you can see lots of different options here, like some of the different templates types that are available. And you have your other options here. So like certificate will probably be like a marketing type thing. So I can either find some here, or if I don't know what category it's in, I'll just search for it. So let's just certificates. And if I click on templates, it's going to give me all the templates that are certificate size. If I've already created some and I click on projects, it's going to pull up my personal certificates that I've already worked on. I'm going to go back to the ones here. And okay, maybe I'm looking for a landscape style, so I'm just going to pick this one here. Okay, so now I get, so you see I got 10,000 templates here.
Oh.
But I can go through and I can narrow that list down. So maybe I'm looking for more of a professional look. And let's see, maybe I want more of a award style. Okay, so then if I'm looking through here and I can see if there's one that really, like a design that catches my eye, then maybe I can use that for my club. Okay, so maybe, let's see. No, let's see. The hardest thing with Canva is there's so many options, because as you saw, there's over 10,000 just certificates that you can choose from. So let's just pick this one here. And if you don't like it once you see it larger, you can always switch to another style. So maybe I'll say, well, I'd rather have this one instead. Okay. All right, so if this is the template that I chose to use, the first thing I'm going to do is go to styles and select my brand colors and then play around with it. Let's see. And I can just play around with it like that to see if I can find something that I like. So I can keep that. And then you just go here and edit the text. Edit the text like you want to. If you want to add a logo, so maybe I don't want this here, maybe instead I want to use the Toastmasters logo. Because it's a part of my brand kit, on the left-hand side, if I scroll down here to logos, then it's going to show me my logo for this one here. And if you remember from my other Toastmaster one, I also have pathways symbol. So maybe someone just completed a level in pathways. All right, and I want to use that instead. I can easily put that on my design. Okay. This is easy as that. And then once you have it all set, you can either come here, share. I can download it. If I want to make it where they can share it on social media, maybe I give them a PNG, just download it as a PNG, and they can take that image and they can share it on social media if they like. So here's the image we just created. So pretty simple, easy to customize, as you can see here. Just go in and change the text. Okay. And then let me show some of the other ones that I created earlier today. So if I go back to my folders, I'm going to go back to that Toastmasters, that D40 Toastmasters folder. And let's go to awards here first. And so let's say you've got something like this set up for your club. So every time someone hits a new level or they achieve an award, you're creating a design like this, where all you got to do is put their picture in here and edit the text down here in the bottom. Okay. So then all I would do is add my picture. If I go here, you can upload pictures. So if I want to upload a new picture, I'll just go to upload files. Then I can browse on my computer. I'll upload this image here. And then I'm just going to snap it into that frame. And then I would just go ahead and edit this text. And it's as simple as that. And maybe it's not a triple crown, maybe it's one of the pathways levels. But then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to delete this. And if you don't want to delete it, you can always make a copy. So I'm just going to duplicate the page. And let's just delete this image. And now if I go back to where I uploaded those pathways symbols here, or badges, and maybe it's this one here. What is this? This is engaging humor. Well, let's say I just completed the engaging humor path. Then I can add that right there, add my profile picture, put the date. I can change this to humor. Congratulations. And it's ready to go. So I can either save this as an image, post it on social media. It's promoting Toastmasters, it's promoting me having achieved this level. But it's as simple as that.
Michael, I have a question. Hi, I'm Shanna Sankey.
Hey, Shanna.
Hi. Before you did that, it had something about recording yourself or something like that. I don't know what you did, but what was that? What's that for?
Okay, so let's go to that next. So let me I'll start over. So with the recording yourself, a lot of times you would do it with a presentation, but you can really do it at any point. So as an example, I'm going to go back and create just a basic social media blank doc type. And then over here on uploads, this is where it says record yourself. So if I click on record myself, then it gives me the option of sharing. I can do the share screen. So I'm going to say I'm going to share this screen here. Or I can share windows as well, other windows to record it. So this is kind of like if you're trying to maybe record a training of how to navigate a website, like your Toastmasters Club website, or how to navigate Free Toast Host, right? You can do a recording like that. So if I click share, then it gives me an option here. It says no camera because right now my camera is on Zoom and I only have one attached, but I have my microphone here. But I can either record just myself on the camera only, camera and screen, or just screen. So in this case, I'm just going to do screen. So now if I click record, my microphone is still on. So I could go through talking, and let's say this was a presentation. I was navigating through the slides. I can do that. Once I'm done, I just click done here, save and exit. Oh, and it's still long, so I can go through. Oops. Yep. And so what it did was it just created this little video here. As you can see of you guys, I'm going to turn the sound off of the video. But so I just created a little video here using the record yourself feature. And so that works really well. And so I've had clients who didn't necessarily want to be on camera, but they wanted to create like I had one that wanted to create an affirmation presentation, and she was going to read it. So she had it going, she was able to record herself, and it looked really nice, like with the sound. And so that's something you can do with that, record yourself. Okay, so great question there. And so speaking of that, I actually want to transition to presentations real quick, if there's no other questions. Let me check. All right, no questions, we're good, okay. So in Canva, in addition to creating like the social media and the awards and all that, you may want to create your own personal presentations in Canva. So for me, I used to use PowerPoint all the time, but as soon as I started using Canva, I stopped using PowerPoint. Now I still use PowerPoint if I'm going to be speaking in person and I can't rely on internet access. But even if that's the case, in most cases, I'll still download the PowerPoint download the presentation as a PowerPoint from Canva. So I'm going to show you that. So when it comes to actually creating presentations in Canva, you have a few different types. The presentation 16:9 is your standard presentation. So if you use PowerPoints, this will be your standard PowerPoint type presentation. Next, they have the talking presentation. And so this is, maybe you're looking to create a course or a short training. If you're familiar with Loom at all, or you can kind of see from the picture, right? It has you in a small circle kind of talking your way through the presentation. And so that's pretty cool. That's another way to record yourself. So I'm going to pick the blank presentation here. And you can see we have lots of templates, right, to choose from. So I'm just going to search for business. And I'll see some of the business ones in here. And so I can kind of go through, and you can always preview it beforehand to see whether you like that presentation or not. So let's pick this one here. This one has 15 pages. So if I click on it, I can kind of see the look and feel for the presentation. So if I like this style, then I can just say apply all 15 pages. Okay. And so this is what we have right now. So it created this little presentation template. All I got to do is go in and edit it and change it out. I'm just going to present it for you so you can kind of see what it looks like. So if I present this now, this is the presentation template. So a really nice professional looking presentation template. All I got to do is come in and change my pictures, change my text. And as you guys probably already know, I'm going to say, you can customize this, you can brand this with your branding. So we're going to go back to styles, go back to my colors, and let's see if we can find. Let's see. All right, so I'll like that one. So if I want to apply it to all the pages, now just click apply to all pages. All right, and so now it went through. If I present now, you can see that it changed my colors for me. Okay, so just a couple clicks. And then I can also, where is it at? Let's see. They also have an option that says find and replace text. So I can actually go through and replace. So since this is a template, there may be, right here where it has www.reallyGreatSite.com. That's probably on majority of the pages in here. So if I want to replace that, I can say, I can see here this, it's on 3 other pages. So maybe instead I want to replace that with, my club site. Okay, myclubsite.com. And I can say replace all, and it's going to go through and replace those 3 occurrences for me. Simple as that. So Canva makes it really easy. And then when it comes time to present it, so you can present it in Canva or you can download it. When you come time to present, you have a few different options. The default is standard, where you're just going to see it like I showed you before, where it's just the presentation only. Now, normally if I'm presenting using this, I'll use presenter view. So I'm going to show you what presenter view is. And this is going to give you 2 windows. So one, this is your audience view. So this is what I would share in Zoom, this screen here. And then the second one, which disappeared on me, okay, is what they call the presenter view. So this is where I'm going to see my speaker notes. And so if I have a lot of speaker notes, I can do something like this, where I can see all of my speaker notes here. I can see what's coming up next, just like you would in PowerPoint, to be able to see what's coming up next. So they make it really easy for you there. Okay. And then something else you can do with it. So if I go back here to present, another option is present and record. So if I go here, click next, it's going to take me to their recording studio. So maybe I'm looking to make this into a course or just a recorded training. I can select my camera. If I had another camera, I would select my camera, my microphone. And actually, let me just turn off my camera in Zoom real quick. Let's do that. So if I stop my camera here in Zoom, and let's see, can I pick it up? Let me go back and try this again. All right, so I'm going to select my camera. All right. So now if I click start recording, so you can see it's got my picture over here, my video over here, and I've got the slides. And so if I was doing this by myself, just to record this for a course, then I would just sit there, talk through the slides, navigate, talk to the next slide, navigate. I can do that, go through my slides, recording this for a course. Then when I'm done, I click end recording. All right, so now it's uploading my recording. Then you get a message like this. So now if I click on download, it's going to download the video of my training for me. And then it's going to upload the video separately. So it uploads the video separately here. This 25-second video. So I can do something else with that video if I want to, because it kind of matches my view. But let me pull up the video that we just created here. Let's see. I guess it's still downloading. Oh yeah, I see the arrow now. Okay, so it's still downloading my video. Okay, so here's the video that was just created. So you see it's got my picture. All right, I'm going to mute that. I'm not sure why the sound box isn't going. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so you can see how here got me down here talking, and it's navigating through the slides. So you can create a nice little training presentation in a matter of minutes using Canva. All right. All right. Any questions out there? You guys are quiet on me. I noticed some.
I have a question. So just how you did that presentation, right, as a training video, are you able to embed a link so people can sign up for the training attached to this, like at the end?
Well, it wouldn't be on the video, but what you would do is, so typically what I would do is, let's say this was like my thank you slide.
Mm-hmm.
I would have a QR code here.
People can scan it. Okay.
Yeah, so I would put a QR code. Let's see, Toastmasters.org. So let's say you had a QR code on your slide somewhere. That made sense. Probably not right there, but.
Okay.
And you can change the duration of your video of your slides as you're going through if you want to. I mean, granted, when I did it, it was manual. So I can keep on that slide long enough for the recording if I wanted to give people
Nice.
time to scan the QR code. And of course, you can change text. So you can say, go to www.whatever.com.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's how I would do that.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Yeah, you can do a lot with Canva. And okay, so I talked before about if you had to present offline and you want to be able to download it, you can do that as well. So I can just go here to share. And I would click, you wouldn't click download because download only gives you these options here. So if I need a PDF version of this, I can do that. But instead of download, you have to actually go to share. So if you go down to more, and you see here PowerPoint. So I can choose to download all 15 pages in PowerPoint and click download. And so this works great if you know you're gonna be offline presenting, but you still want to create it in Canva, download it to PowerPoint, and then you can just use it like you would a normal PowerPoint. Let's see. All right, so if I open that up. All right, so here's my PowerPoint now. And you have to make sure that nothing's shifted because sometimes, depending on the font you use and the graphics, things may shift a little. But in most cases, it looks fine. Now with Canva, you can also do other things too, really easy. So right here where I've got this thank you, what if I want, instead of having a static image, if I wanted to have a video here, I can do that as well. So I would go here on the left-hand side and click on videos. And I'm just going to search, actually, I'll just use this video here. I could search for a topic, or I'm just going to grab this existing video. So if I want to use this video, I can easily do that. So if I present this, so you can see I've got a video in my presentation, with a couple clicks.
If you were to put this in yes, PowerPoint? Yeah, in PowerPoint presentation, will the video transfer over to?
Oh, great question. Short answer, no, but there's a workaround. But here's what you'll see. So if I try to download this to PowerPoint now, it's going to give me a warning that says, heads up, videos, audio, and animations won't play when exported as this file type. Okay. So what that means you have to do is, let's say I wanted this video. So what I would do in this scenario is I would come back over here and I'm just going to make this full screen. And I'm just going to download just this slide as a video. So I'll go here to share, download. I'm going to change it to MP4 video. And instead of all 16 pages, I just want number 16. So I'm just going to do the current page, which is 16. So now I download just this video here to my computer, and then I can manually add it to PowerPoint.
Oh, okay.
So then I'll show that. So while that's downloading, come on.
But it won't be like how you had that particular video in that circle.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the circle in PowerPoint.
So you can actually put it in that circle portion where you had this particular video, like where that lady is, you had that in the circle initially. So you can do that too. Okay, well, let me see.
We'll try it and see, right? No. All right, so here's the presentation. So if I want to get rid of this guy here and add the video, I'm just going to go, where is it at? Let me make sure I got my, so picture format, or is it shape? Okay. Let's just delete that. Let's add. All right, so if I go to close. I'm going to fill this. Can I add a video? Oh, no, maybe I can't. I thought I could add a video in a circle in PowerPoint, but maybe I can't. I mean, I can add the video to my design. So here's the video we just downloaded. I know there's a way to change the shape of this. It's just been so long since I've used PowerPoint. Okay, here we go. Let's see. So that was a video shape. I want a circle. It's not a circle, it's an oval. But all right, well, I ended up with the oval, but that's kind of how you could do it and have it play. Yeah, so I mean, there's a workaround you'd have to do if you are going to be using PowerPoint. But you see, as you can see,
Yeah,
it's more,
it does, but it doesn't look as pretty as it did in Canva.
yeah. Oh, I agree. Anytime I can use Canva now for things, it's my first choice. And so then, speaking of like some of the frames, because Canva has lots of frame options. Here on the left, if you go to Elements, if you just scroll down, you'll see a whole section called Frames. So I can see all, and so these are all the different types of frames in here. So maybe I want to use this frame here. Okay. And I'm going to add a video to it. Let's go to video. And let's just pick this one here. All right. So I can do something like that, where I'm going to have a video in here in this nice little frame. And you can also edit videos in Canva as well. So if I have this video selected and I click right here, either on edit video, I can do that to edit some things over here, or I can trim the video. So I click right here, and maybe I only want the video to play for 3 seconds, 3 here, and I just want just 3 seconds, the video. And then click done. So now I can do that, and the video is just going to play for those 3 seconds. Yeah, so there's a lot you can do with Canva. All right. So what else would you guys like to see me create? Let me close that.
Michael, I have a question.
Yes.
I'm curious about on the home screen,
Okay.
when you go back to that one, up there next to For You, it has whiteboards. Have you ever used that, and what's it for? I don't know why I'm curious, but I am.
So the whiteboards are right here. Okay. And so this is a new feature. So personally, I haven't used it, but it's more of a collaboration tool. So if you're familiar with like Miro or some of the other collaboration tools that allow you to do different things, you can kind of do that with the whiteboard. So let's take this brainstorming one as an example.
I'm wondering if this would be good for like our officers meeting, when we're pulling together resources and trying to come up with the next thing, if this is something you would use when you say collaboration.
Yeah, because there's a way where you can share it and allow other people to edit the design with you. And like I said, this is a new feature, so I really haven't done a whole lot with it. But they set it up similar to Miro, where people can come in, and I'm not sure why I can't edit the text here. But I should be able to. So this looks like a static. Oh, I pulled a picture instead of a design. Yeah, so I mean, you could play around with it and have people type things, but I personally haven't used it, so I don't have a lot of experience with it. But I know, like, my company uses Miro for work for collaboration like this, and so we'll send everybody the same link, and they would go in, and each person would have their own box, and they would add their ideas for, like, if you're doing a brainstorming exercise, and then we can all see each other's ideas. That's kind of how it works. So it's like a shared whiteboard, if you will.
Okay, thanks.
But, I mean, so it could possibly work. I just haven't done it. But yeah, try it out. So they've got lots of features. You see, I mean, it's still labeled as new. That's how new it is. What else did I create earlier that I wanted to show? Let's go back to folders, D40. Let's talk about business cards. So you can create business cards here in Canva. So here's one that I created. I took the template from Toastmasters International and set this up as a potential business card. Right? So pretty simple to do, but I can print the business card from here as well. So if I say, hey, I want to print this business card, it's going to be double-sided, and I only want 50, or like I said, I only want 100. Right? So for 20 bucks, I can create my Toastmaster business card. I can customize it the way I want to make it look really nice.
Will you be giving this training again, Michael?
I don't know. I don't know. Derek might not let me come back. I don't know.
It's excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria. Me, Veronica.
Hey,
All
Michael,
right.
I have a question.
Go for it, Wendy.
I've always wondered this about how you get your picture laid over these this way, how you get your picture on these.
Thank
Because it's
you.
not just a picture,
And I forgot all about that feature, so thank you for reminding me that. Okay, so let's do this. Let's say we want to create a new design, and let me find a template here. All right, so something like this. So if I want to put my own personal picture in, or actually I'm going to put a picture of somebody else. So let me search for, I'm just going to search for, let's see, teacher. Let's see what comes up. If I search for teacher, I got a couple teacher examples here. And maybe I want to use her, but I don't want to use the background that she has, like that blue background. So I'm going to remove this guy here. And so this is a paid feature that I'm about to show you. If I click on the image, then I click on edit image, I have an option of doing background remover. So I'm going to click background remover. And Canva is going to do its best to strip away the background to make it everything behind the person transparent. Just thinking. Let's close that. Come on, this should have been easy. All right, and so then once it finishes, I can either click on erase to do more items, like maybe it forgot something, I can go in here and erase it, or I can restore. If I need to restore something, I can do that as well. I'm just going to click done, and I'm going to click apply. So now we have a transparent background of this teacher here. But I can, originally she had a shadow. So if I want to add that shadow back, then I'm going to click on the image again, click on edit image. I'm going to click on shadows. And I have a few different options for shadows. So let's do glow. Maybe I want her to glow a little bit. So I'm going to click glow.
oh,
And I'm going to change this color to be maybe that yellow or something, so I can have her. Right, so I can change the size of the glow line if I wanted to. So if I really wanted to make her glow, I can do something like that. You know.
Could that glow be animated? Like you just did it with the like when you were making it big and little, could you animate that?
I don't know that I don't think so. I mean, they have lots of animations, but I don't think they have anything that does anything with colors. That would be, I mean, that's an idea. Let's see. So let's do neon. And what can we do with neon? Oh, that looks kind of freaky. But I can make her pop, so we do that. So if okay, so I didn't animate it, but yeah, you can have to play around with that. I'm not sure if you can make the color animate like that, but that's kind of how you would do what Wendy asked about. How do you make the transparent background to make the person fit in a little bit?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oops. Continue editing. So I'm just going to delete her and go back to. Yeah, so the background remover works great if you don't want to be stuck with their background, their original background. And of course, you can always replace their background with something else if you needed to as well.
Okay. That's a cool feature to have.
Yeah. So that's, and I'll show you something else that's new, a newer type feature that they added. They've got something called smart mockups. And so with smart mockups, this is where you can put your image on something. Right. So like I've done social media posts where I've had like something that I'm promoting on a phone as an example, right? So like this example here. So if I click on this, right? So I like this design, but if I want to put my design right here, I'm just going to select, and let's just pick this picture here, select it. All right, so now I can put my picture right there if I wanted to.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I can save it. So with their smart mockups, they can do you can do a lot of creative things.
That is so crazy. Yeah,
it's pretty cool. You can see all the different designs that they have, cups and t-shirts, and I mean, yeah.
Well, that's neat.
Put yourself on somebody's shirt, you know, billboards, I mean, all types of things. I mean, it's pretty cool the way they've got it set up. Especially if you have your own business and maybe you want to get your logo on a coffee cup or something, but maybe you don't want to pay the money to get it on a coffee cup, right? You can just do select. If I pick the Toastmasters, right? So I'm gonna pick the Toastmasters. All right, so I can do something like that. Now I've got Toastmasters on a mug. If I needed to adjust it, I can always do to make it a little bit smaller, maybe save it. So you can play around with the size and all that.
A lot of creativity options.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so any questions? I know we're going, let's see, still early.
Oh, I'm sorry. When you
Oh.
when you did the design, the Toastmaster design on the cup, is that just, just to send to somebody, or, just to do a video, or you can actually order this through this Canva?
Ah, yeah, good question. So let's see. So if I want to add the logo, I'm put my picture on there. Okay. All right, so if I want to put my picture on a mug, I'm going to save the mock-up. Okay, so now it's going to give me an option. Do I want to download it as is to maybe share on social media or somewhere, or do I want to use it as part of a design? So I'm gonna say using a design. And maybe I'm making a, let's just put a, I'm just gonna say mug. So I'm gonna click on mug. And that probably didn't make sense to put a mug on top of a mug. So I probably shouldn't have done that, but. So either way, if I had a mug here, then I can go where it says to print mugs. And so they give you an option of printing, actually printing mugs, if you will. Or I could have also, if I go to share and to more, I should have more options down here. So let's see. Where is it at? Huh. Maybe because of this size, mug is the only thing I can print. Let me go back and let's do this one more time. So let's go. I'm just gonna pick a regular social media size to start with. So we'll do Instagram here. All right, so let's say I've got a design and now what can okay, print your design. And so this is where I have more options. Okay, so I can say I want to put this, let's put it on a bag. All right, so I'm gonna put this on a tote bag. I can redesign it. And so now it shows me how it looks on a bag, and I can order it here as well. So one tote bag, $25, or I can get two for $43.50. Check out. You know, you've got a nice little tote bag for your club or whatever. So yeah, so lots of different things you can do with it. All right. So any other ideas? Hopefully you guys are getting some ideas of things you can do for your club.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the things I didn't talk about is videos, but you can create videos in here. So if you're looking to create, you know, like reels or stories or just standard videos, you can always do that. You just come here to where it says videos, and you can see the different video doc types that they have available here. If you're looking to do like a thumbnail for your YouTube channel, you can do thumbnails as well. Lots of great options in here. And they have so many templates as well. So if I'm looking to do a reel, I can start with a reel template and go from there. All right, so maybe I like this design here as a reel, so you can see this one here. Let's mute the sound. All right, so if I want to use that with my own pictures, I can easily do that using this template.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, so then I would just swap out my video. So as an example, if I go to, let's go back to videos, I'm just gonna pick a different video here. Let's see, let's say makeup. And I want a, let's see. All right, so let's say I want to use her video instead. I'm just gonna replace the background. Sound off there. All right, so I just replaced the video, but I kept the text as is. I could have changed the text too. So their little templates here make it really easy to design things. All right. So let me check the chat to see what all I've missed. Let's see. Any other questions? I don't want to keep you guys here all night. I can talk about Canva all day.
I have a question for Derek, actually. Are you going to, because this questions come up about the recording, where is it going to be stored at, Derek?
On the Google Drive. There's a page for the district reporting for TLI on the Google Drive. And I
Okay,
just-
how can the clubs get it if they want to see it, if individuals?
I'll
And
share
they-
the
On
link
the YouTube channel, man.
on the YouTube channel. Like,
Yeah,
I
but I
am
uploaded it.
technically,
I still got
I'm
access
technically
to the
challenged.
Yeah, maybe we need a YouTube webinar, Michael, because you're talking to two YouTube novice right here.
I actually did one for another organization. I think it was last Friday on how to create thumbnails for YouTube videos. Let's see, yeah.
I think that's a whole nother webinar we need to do.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And then Derek asked me, did you show the 3D image creation?
Yeah, that's my favorite. When,
Oh.
when you make the image come off of the page.
Ah,
I don't know if you have enough time to do it now, but
yeah, I'm trying to think of a simple way to do that. That's always tough. Let me find some of my previous ones I did, I think. Let's see, if I search for 3D.
okay. While he's looking for that, the link is usually announced in like the bulletin, and it's on the D40 website, so all the members have access to it.
Okay, it'll be announced in the newsletter.
And it will be on the website, yes.
Okay.
I just haven't uploaded it yet.
So
Okay.
like this is an example of a 3D type of effect where you can see it looks like this girl is supposed to be in this picture here on the beach, but I've got her partially in the snow. And so if I break this apart, let me ungroup it. So you can see I've got her layered on top of herself for the 3D effect in multiple places. So there's an image there. There's an image there. This is the one that's actually inside the frame here with no head. And so if I undo, yeah, so essentially what I did was I made a copy of her and I had to put her lined up with her body. Like that, to kind of make that 3D effect. Yeah, it's doable, but it does take lots of playing around. So like even for the snowman, he wasn't originally part of it, so I had to add him in, of course, and make all that work. Yeah, but you can do it nonetheless. Look, he's got a shadow, and let's see, if there's any other. Yes, I got her here on coming out of a phone too, so it's playing around with the different designs. All right, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys with too much information. We're gonna stick to the basics here. So then just to recap, I'm just gonna go over some of the different types of uses for Canva. And obviously there's lots of different options. You know, we talked about you can create your presentations. So your next PowerPoint style presentation or visual aid presentation you have, you can use Canva to create that. You can create your open house flyers. I don't think I showed any of these, but this would be an example of an Eventbrite size flyer that I created last year for an open house. So this is the perfect size for Eventbrite. Created right here in Canva, nice little design, matching the Toastmasters branding. You can create, I showed you about the business cards, obviously social media type campaigns. So you can use this for testimonials. If you're looking to do testimonials for your club, you can create a standard template for your club and then just replace it out with different people's, you know, faces and their testimonial, if you will. And Canva has lots of templates. So if I just search for the word testimonial here, you can see all the different templates that they have available. So let me kind of blank. Right. So if I want to use this style, I can use that, or I can use this style here. So lots of options using Canva's templates. That's why I always tell people, go to the templates first and see if you can find something that's close enough to what you're looking to do, and then you can easily make the changes to it. All right. All right. Anything else, guys?
That was
This was
quite a
great.
lot.
It was, it was definitely great. And I wanted to apologize to you, Mike, and everyone. I was late tonight, so I really apologize. I'm glad you guys were able to get on without any trouble, but I messed up this evening. But I see that you're recording it, Michael, and I've already got a question if you're able to go, if you're going to be able to share it with some of the people in the.
Well, the recording is
Yeah,
it's going to you guys, you and Wendy.
Yeah, it's the
Oh, Wendy, you're
automatic
recording it?
recording, Derek,
Okay.
for the education Zoom. It was
Okay.
automatically recording.
But if you
Gotcha.
get the video to me, I can put it up on the D40 YouTube channel.
Will
Okay.
do.
Easier for people to access it. And then hopefully everybody has the handout, the little.
Yep, I'll put it out there again for you. I put it out once. I'll put it out one more time.
And I created that flip book in Canva. So really that whole presentation was in Canva. So let me show that as the last thing here.
The one that's on Facebook that you had on Facebook?
Oh, say it again.
The flip book that you had on Facebook? You created that in
Well, yeah, it
Canva?
was a video on Facebook, but yeah, the flip book
nice.
was a video. Yeah. So if I go to what's that thing called? Yes, I've got way too many projects here. That's what happens. Every time I do a training, I end up with a lot of other. All right, this is the one here. So this is what I had presented at the very beginning. And I designed all this in Canva. And to make it into a flip book, what I did was I clicked on share. And I scrolled down here to more. And then once I'm here in the search, type the word flip. And you see you have two options here. So the one I use is this Hazon here. I just clicked on it. The default is 1 to 10 pages, but you can select all. So if I want all 24 pages, like I do, now just click save. It's going to prepare my design, and then it's going to take me over to their website where I have to create an account. And with this service, you can create, I believe, 5 ebooks for free, or 5 flip books for free, I should say. Process, yada yada. Come on. Okay, and so then in here and then you can see. So this is what that flip book looked like. And then people can download it. When you download it, you don't download it as a flip book. You download it as a PDF. So you'll have it.
If you download as a PDF, it'll flip when somebody
No, the
opens
PDF
it?
doesn't flip, unfortunately. So you lose it. Yeah, so you have to visit it online to see the flip.
Okay.
It'll be nice if it not yet. But that's something you could use to make if your club has a welcome packet or something, right? You can make it into a nice, cool flip book that's interactive, and maybe have a link on your website to your flip book, and you can do that.
Can you control the speed of the flip book?
Well, it's manual.
Okay.
So yeah, so when I was clicking through, it's manual. So I can read through so just like a magazine. And I can change the effect. So if I go here to page effect, I can change it from magazine style to, we'll just say book. All right, so then the book looks a little bit differently when it opens up. So yeah, so you can play with those, and you get 5 for free using this. And what I've done in the past, like I have a paid version now, but in the past when I just had the free account, I would just have my 5. If I was done using some, I would just delete it and then add the next one. All right.
That's fun.
Yep, more toys for you guys to play with.
Oh yeah, this is on. I'll never leave my office. I'll be on my computer forever making flyers and presentations and flip books and presentations, and
Well, you see,
I do-
Derek started doing that after he attended my first Canva training, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I just made these flyers. What do you think?"
I mean, and I will probably never touch Power because I do almost all my stuff in PowerPoint or Publisher, and I will probably never touch those two things ever again.
And so if you have an existing PowerPoint or an existing PDF you want to edit, you can go here to upload. So if I upload, browse, and I'm going to look for
Oh, you
PowerPoint.
can convert them into.
Okay, so here's a PowerPoint right here. I can,
So you can upload a current PowerPoint up in here.
yep, PowerPoint or PDF.
Oh,
Nice.
nice. I have a
Right
lot
now-
of those.
Right.
Yeah, so it's uploading it. And when it uploads, it's not going to be 100% accurate because, you know,
Yeah.
PowerPoint has, if you have special animations that's only in PowerPoint, it's not going to work.
Right.
But in most cases, it's going to work pretty well.
Oh, that is pretty. I do like that idea though, that, but yeah, I'll probably never create another PowerPoint presentation again from PowerPoint. I can do everything here, because I kind of flip between Publisher and PowerPoint, but oh my
yeah.
God, look out, Derek.
And the ability
I'm
to
excited.
resize, if you have the paid version, the ability to resize
Yep.
things makes your life so much easier.
Yeah, and you said you could submit, you could probably get this for a club as a PR tool for free as a nonprofit.
Yes. So Lavinia just went through that process for District 40 and she got it. I don't know how long it took, maybe a week or so. You think, Derek?
It was like a matter of a day. It was
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm personally going to get it for myself, but I think it'd be a great tool as a PR tool for a club.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you all being on. I'm going to stop
Yes.
sharing my screen.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
This stuff gets me excited. I like making presentations and stuff like that, so it gets me excited.
Thank you very much. I actually have a Canva, the Pro Canva account, which I've dabbled in here and there,
Yeah.
like made some flyers. But this, you definitely showed me a lot of stuff that's going to save me a lot of time
Mm-hmm.
and to use in other aspects. Obviously, I'm going to go make a Toastmaster flyer after this. But
Yeah.
I'm going to go do some other stuff for my websites and, my personal stuff. So thank you very much.
Yeah, let's just all make one flyer and send it to Michael of everything we did.
Yeah, let's tag me in social media. Cool. Yeah, I'll
Like,
take
look what we did. And he'll get like 13 emails with all these presentations that we all did for him that he taught us how to do.
Hey, I'll take it. I'm used to it for sure.
Well, you're a good teacher.
Happy to help.
Yes,
Happy to serve District 40.
definitely. And
Thank
we'll
you.
gladly have you back anytime. There's going to be a brief survey that's going to come to everyone that registered today. So please make sure you fill out the survey and we'll get the results over to Michael so that you can see any areas of improvement and what you all appreciated the most. And
Yes.
there's also a question on there to indicate what other courses you would like to have D40 present as well. So please make sure you fill out the survey. We definitely need the feedback. We want to become greater in everything that we do. So thank you, Michael, for this presentation. We really all appreciate it.
You're quite welcome. And anyone, feel free to reach out to me on social media, connect with me on social media and all that. I'm always open to help out. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
You are welcome.
Stop.